What's up, Plebheads? I'm Neo. And I'm joined here tonight by...
Jdog.
You guys knew this was coming, didn't you? Welcome to our thoughts on Call of Duty World War II. So, first of all, Jdog and I both...
are old enough to remember Call of Duty 2.
Which takes place... same time period.
World War II.
Same opening... same opening mission. The beaches of Normandy.
Yep.
Same opening scene with the door opening and everybody getting shot up.
Yep.
And same opening objectives. Clearing the bunkers and Bangalores and all that other shit. So, my initial thoughts on Call of Duty World War II were this. This game will be a HD upgrade, new graphics, new gameplay, new basically everything version of Call of Duty 2. And I don't know about you, but Operation Cobra, which was the second mission, I vaguely remember as being the second or third mission in Call of Duty 2. So
I can't remember that long ago. What I think this is definitely a way to bring the Call of Duty World War II gameplay to a bunch of people who I don't think are old enough to remember that game.
True. True. Absolutely. I don't necessarily disagree with you. So, for me to just come on here and say, yeah, Call of Duty sucks, noobs play Call of Duty, get good, we don't have to do that.
Yep. Well, I feel like Call of Duty is like an automatic 8 out of 10 every year. You look at all these reviews
from the big review companies,
and the reason is it's a well-produced game, right? I mean, really good production values.
The opening to this game is fantastic.
Good voice acting,
really good. Yep.
You've got pretty good character interplays. You got superior graphics. You got awesome set pieces.
Yep. There's a lot of money. You can tell there's a lot of money behind this game.
So these games come out every year, almost like the Madden games, right? And we were talking a little bit earlier how these games should almost be a subscription. All right, you get a new Call of Duty every year, but it's basically the same game. Now this one, of course, is going to have a little bit more lifelike graphics, and you really feel like you're right in the midst of it. But you've played it before.
Yep.
And it's almost like they've got a really good gig going here because they're basically just throwing the same code into different set pieces,
different character models, different storylines,
but delivering the same game.
This is an almost identical scene to the opening scene of Call of Duty 2.
Yeah, I remember it specifically. Yeah,
really, that's a big letdown for me. I'm a big gaming fan. I built a $2,000 PC, and I have $2,500 invested in my total gaming setup down here. So, I enjoy it. I have a PS4. We have the Xbox Ones. We have the nice TVs for all of it. So, I'm a big gaming guy. This kind of disappoints me. I'm not saying you can't remake an old game. I'm not saying you can't do that. But to me, it feels like the Call of Duty series is one of the biggest offenders of being same shit, different year. And that bothers me, and it's fine as a fan if you really like those shooter games, if you want to support it, but I refuse to, as somebody who's...
Well, we did for a few years. We bought Modern Warfare.
We did Modern Warfare 2, and
I still think Modern Warfare 2 was the best because it delivered so much uniqueness.
It did, and the Spec Ops
multiplayer and the Spec Ops.
What happened to Spec Ops? Where is that?
Yeah, that was one of the best points of, I thought, Call of Duty. Modern Warfare 2 was the Spec Ops mission, so you could go co-op with somebody and do missions, which I thought was really fun.
That was really fun. That was a lot of fun.
Putting a lot of time into that. And at the time, that was new, right? We hadn't really seen that in a Call of Duty before, and that was something that we both enjoyed. And now, of course, I don't know what else they can do to really refresh this. They switched the setting, okay? They were in the Modern Warfare for, 5 years, 6 years? Now they're back to World War II, which is kind of where they started. So, I'm not sure what they can do to reinvent the franchise or reinvent it. And again, it's not to say the game itself is bad from a technical level.
From a technical level,
game
I actually
is
thought
fine.
it was really good.
Yeah,
The controls are a little stiff. The shooting combat's a little awkward sometimes. But, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, overall, the graphics are good. The gameplay's smooth.
Yeah.
Controls are what you expect. They're basically the same as they've been for a decade.
You know, I'm running 32 gigs of RAM. I'm running the 290X Radeon R9 8 gig, and I'm able to run this game at 60 FPS, 1080p, no problem.
Yeah. So it looks good.
Yeah.
It runs good. It's optimized well. I mean, there's no problems that way. It's just, again, you got to understand what you're buying, and if you're the person that buys Madden every year, we would say that's kind of a waste of money for us. But there are people that do buy it every year, and they really enjoy that, and that's fine. And if this is kind of your thing, every year you look forward to that first Friday in November when they release Call of Duty.
Cool.
This is your moment, And again, there's nothing inherently wrong with the game. It's just this is what you're
this
getting.
bothered me. Look at this. That the collision detectors on that thing up there were terrible.
We're knocking your
and they shouldn't have been because I was not hitting them.
Yeah. So maybe some little things like that probably end up getting patched as they move forward. But so basically, this is the Call of Duty subscription model, ladies and gentlemen. $60 a year, you get a new experience, a new campaign, you get a new deathmatch type thing.
Multiplayer is the same.
To play through in different arenas, and that's what you're getting for your $60. So
I like this scene.
Like I said, we did it for a few years, all the way through. What did we go through? Black Ops 2.
Yeah.
And then we kind of realized what we were doing, basically playing the same game, and we got out of it. So again, up to you. You've got to decide what you want. But this is what you're getting. You're getting
a lot of QuickTime events in this game.
Yeah, I wasn't thrilled with that personally. I didn't love those.
I was thrilled with the scene coming up, though. We're actually going to make sure this review goes all the way through it because the scene where you're dragging your teammate.
Yeah,
was incredible.
that was good. So like I said, there's some good set pieces. There is in almost every Call of Duty game. I remember the one where you got the
knife kill at the end?
The Symphony of the Devil. Sympathy for the Devil play when you're going down the river and blowing things up. I thought that was cool. What was that? Black Ops, I think.
Yeah.
And
but that's because we both really like that song, too. So
so it was a cool moment.
But,
and,
so for me, like Call of Duty, everything wrong with Call of Duty as far as I'm concerned is I feel like there's a culture behind it. And I feel like that culture...
Well, they don't have to change it, though. Let's be honest.
No, you're right.
They know they're going to sell a boatload of copies.
They don't have to change it. But if we keep supporting this, it'll never get better. And I feel like this game's old. Like, we've played it already.
Well,
so to me, it's boring.
Then again, we have played a lot of games already that they keep making.
It's true.
So why fix something that's not broken? It's like the superhero movies. Say what you want, but that's what people go to the theaters to see. That's what does $100, $200, $300 million at the box office. What do you expect them to do? Right?
Yeah,
why take a chance? Why take a chance? I mean, they're not in the business to win Oscars. They're in the business to get paid.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's kind of the it's kind of the catch-22, right? This is what people buy. This is what people play. Therefore, this is what's going to get made. So,
yep.
Again,
what was disappointing for me, I think, most disappointing for me, I played the open beta for on PC, I think it was, for multiplayer. I saw nothing different. Nothing. No attempts to branch out or anything like that. I didn't have a chance to play zombies. I didn't play zombies. That, to me, if you can't win, that's kind of tiresome to me. But I didn't see anything new. This was cool. I didn't see anything new in the multiplayer. A lot of the airdrops, perks, all that stuff, supply drops, whatever, bombing runs, whatever it was, all the same from previous Call of Duties. And I feel like they just switched up guns a bit. And, didn't really change much. So it's disappointing to me to see that, to see things not progressing, to see the game not changing at all from one iteration to the next. So
yeah, it's hard.
As a fan of video games, as a fan of progress in games, it is a disappointment to me.
Yeah.
You don't have to love Call of Duty, and you don't have to hate Call of Duty. I didn't hate my experience with this game. I actually loved the part that we're seeing right here.
Yeah.
I thought it was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
But I played it already. I played it in Call of Duty 2. I played it in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, Ghosts, Advanced Warfare, Infinite Warfare. I played it already. Mm-hmm. I don't have to play it again. I don't want to play it again. And I can't be the only person that thinks that.
Well, I think by now, with the Call of Duty thing, you should probably know what you're getting, right? Like, if you're buying it every year, you are appreciating this experience, you're appreciating this, campaign plus multiplayer that you get. You know that's what you're getting, you know what to expect, right?
I remember when we used to play multiplayer, you, me, Casey,
right.
The whole group, we'd sit down and we'd play for 3-4 hours at a time.
Yep.
We'd prestige, we'd make a big deal out of it. When we prestige, it was like, oh my God. And then we got, I don't know if it was Black Ops 2 or Black Ops 3, and we sat down to play multiplayer. We're like, God, this sucks. We're like, I don't want to play this anymore. It's the same exact experience. Yeah. I don't know if we just grew out of it or what happened.
Well, we probably did.
But to me, Call of Duty feels stale.
But for every year, remember, a group of gamers grows out and another group of gamers grows into it.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I mean, you're not wrong.
So it's like hard to sit here and say Activision should do something different, right? Because they really shouldn't.
Probably not.
If they're going to sell,
I'm not going to tell them to do something different, but I'm absolutely going to say I think Call of Duty is a repeat. It's a repeat series, and as far as I'm concerned, Call of Duty sucks.
We feel it's tired.
Yeah, it's the same thing we played before. It's nothing new. It's nothing spectacular. If you're looking for a spectacular new shooter experience, look elsewhere because this is not it.
Wolfenstein.
Yeah. I mean, at least that pushes the envelope of morale, of morals, and what's acceptable and what's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, even I was sitting there watching the opening video to Wolfenstein, kind of uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. I'm like, did he really just do that? Like, did he really just say that? They don't really do that in these games, you know?
They're very, they won't take a ton of chances.
This is kind of like a soft-core Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it's,
good or bad,
better or worse, but I have no problem saying I thought the new Wolfenstein was way better than this.
Yeah.
Aiming I felt was a little clunky, but I think that could have been smoothed out by loosening up my sensitivity a little bit. What did I think about the actual character models? During the cutscenes, they're fine, but during gameplay, it feels like the graphics aren't that great.
One of my thing is always telling who's who.
Yeah.
I always struggle with that.
I found myself getting restarted a lot because of friendly fire, and I'm like, dude, this is war. There's no such thing as friendly fire. Like, you get shot in war. Come around the corner, there's 3 guys. You don't always have time to match uniforms.
That was a challenge, yeah.
It was definitely a disappointment to me.
There's plenty of people that die from friendly fire in the real world.
Yep. So I feel like that cut a little bit into the realism. What else cut into the realism for me? Oh, the fact that I'm sitting here taking these bullets with a health meter.
Yeah.
That doesn't feel very real to me. But I don't think they can make a game that's 100% realistic.
Yeah.
Because in the real world, you get shot by a 30-6, chances are you're dead. Mm-hmm. So, I see a lot of that.
So we see the healing mechanic come back in this game.
Yeah.
Right? And they used to, now, for a long time, they had the duck and cover type thing, and you'd get your health back. Now you have to heal to get your health back.
Yeah.
And
I'm okay with that.
Either way,
but it's still not realistic. You know what I mean?
Well,
there are very few games that get that realistic health correct. But it's hard to do a scene like this.
Yeah,
a
with
piece
that
like
many
this,
people shooting at you.
where if you get shot, you're dead unless you play on the fire once and back into cover mechanic, which you can do quite well.
Yeah.
But it was disappointing to see that just so over the top. It's the no matter what any people say, Call of Duty is the most realistic military simulator out there. It is not. It's not, and it never will be, and it never was.
Yeah, and it probably isn't trying to be. You got to balance, realism with fun, and making the game playable, right? I mean, nobody wants to sit down and play a game and actually have it feel like you're, you get touched by a bullet and you got to sit there for a half hour until the medic comes to you. I mean, nobody's going to play it.
No.
Let's be honest. That's probably real life, and let's be honest, that's no fun. That's why we simulate it in games.
Yeah. On a realistic standpoint, my character would have been torn to pieces multiple times.
Yeah.
by, a couple of those bullets.
Yeah.
So if we're being realistic about things, this game does not do realism very well. Then again, I don't think any of the shooters do realism very well.
Yeah. They got to allow for there to be a fun factor. So I'm
Definitely.
not terribly
Definitely.
against that. Basically, like I said, you're getting what you're getting. You're getting Madden 2017. You're
getting the new roster, for each of the teams
for the $60 up for the $60 price tag for the subscription price tag.
Yep.
So here you go. You got your new skins. You got your new missions. You got your new area. You got your new storyline, new set pieces, and your new multiplayer. $60 in. It's
Same
up
thing
to you.
you played before.
It's up to you if you want to do it another year.
I'm not even saying you can't like Call of Duty. In fact, I don't care if you do. In fact, I hope there's somebody out there that does like it. I hope there's somebody out there that disagrees with me. Call of Duty World War II is nothing more than Call of Duty 2 remade, remastered, rebuilt, better graphics, maybe a few new missions, multiplayer for the modern age. It's nothing special. I'm Neo. We are the Balding Plebs, and we'll see you right here next time. Good night.